I ate only potatoes for a week straight.
Do you know that potatoes contain all the essential amino acids your body needs, to survive? This fact got me curious. I was thinking, hey, has anyone ever actually survived on potatoes? And it turns out there are actually many instances of people doing this for an extended period of time. One guy even went as far as doing it for 60 days just to prove that you could. And there are a lot of names for this.
Surely you shouldn't be able to do it. Like, I know it's probably one of the best things that you could possibly eat if you're only going to eat one thing. But still, only eat potatoes, that just can't be good for you. Like, it's probably the best thing ever. Like, so other than meat, I'm not too sure if meat's the best thing to eat, just nothing but. But, like, I feel like potatoes couldn't be the best. Plus, like, flavor fatigue would be insane in that.
Diet too. They call it the potato hack, the potato diet, the potato reset, whatever. And a lot of them actually claim that it's good for you, for things like your immune system and your gut health. I wasn't fully convinced by these.
Like, it makes sense, but I really just don't really believe it, man. Just potatoes? How about you start adding more potatoes into your meal rather than eating it straight? Surely you have so much deficiencies if you're not having multivitamins.
Claims though, because a lot of them were just alleged. So what I did after was I did some research on some basic biology to see. No, I didn't. Of course I didn't fucking do that. Well, what do you take me for? Research takes a lot of reading.
Man could just be the research now. Boom.
Which I don't know how to do. So instead of learning simple sciences, I am going to eat only bland potatoes for a week and see what happens, because surely that's easier.
When do you think the worst flavor fatigue will be at? Day 3. Because with flavor fatigue, like over time, like if you just eat one thing for multiple weeks, your taste buds kind of adapt to it. So you end up being able to eat it fine. Like even something plain as fuck, you eat it for like 2 weeks and you can eat it pretty easily because your taste buds have adapted to bland food. But like a week, I don't know if we'll be able to do that in time. But I would still say worst day is day 3. Best day, day 1 or day 7. I would say it's around there.
So let's get into day 1 of another one of my stupid ideas. I went for boiled potatoes this time, but further into the challenge, I will be
boiled? Worst pick. I would have completely skipped boiled. Like, that has to be, like, one of the worst choices you could possibly make. Technically speaking, if he's only having potatoes and maybe some seasoning, he could chop it up into, like, very thin, like, sheets and make his homemade just salt chips, basically. Like, not the actual fries chips, but the actual packet of crisps type of stuff. Just add a little bit of salt and stuff like that. Boom. And you cut it really thin. Technically, it's just potato. So, but boiled potatoes has to be, like, one of the worst things except eating it just raw, which is probably not much better because potatoes kind of just taste like starchy, if that makes sense. Like, what you would expect flour to almost taste like. It's more flavorful than most bland stuff, sure, but like it's kind of not enjoyable by itself. Like, I'm in a hot take. If you're having boiled potatoes and just like you boil a whole potato, right? And then you cut it open and just add butter and spread it around, I can't eat that. Like, I understand what the Spud Brothers and all that do, how they end up putting butter, beans, cheese, chili con carne, all that shit. I would be able to eat that. Just plain butter, maybe not even butter, margarine. If you get margarine, not real butter, I couldn't, man. Just straight potatoes and butter, nah. Spud Brothers, I would be able to eat it though. If you actually fill it with just like maybe a big potato, butter, salt, pepper, chili con carne, maybe some onions, I'll be down to eat that. But straight up just boiled potato and butter, nah. I'm not a big potato fan in general, though. Like, I like, obviously, what most people like, chips, mashed potato, all those type of stuff. But, like, when it comes down to potato in a jacket, which is called, that and just boiled, even sometimes roasted, I'm not a big fan of.
Trying every cooking method I could imagine. I think it's a bad sign that I haven't even taken a bite of this shit yet, and this challenge is already hard. Like, why?
It's because everybody has probably just had bland boiled potatoes before once in their life. And you know that's going to taste like shit. Like, I'd rather eat plain bread.
While I was making these, I was just thinking about how fucking painful it's gonna be eating these for 7 days straight. So my cravings for other food has already started. Like, I was making these potatoes, and while I was doing it, I had this intrusive thought. I saw a jar of peanut butter, and I had a very strong compulsion to just fucking, but you know what? It might be too soon to say. I haven't even tried it yet. What if this is the best shit I've
Boiled is the worst option. I don't know who starts with boiled. You got to start with roast potato, chips, fries, all those type of stuff. Even mashed potato if he's allowed to add milk and stuff like that, and butter obviously. But like, just straight boiled is unedible. I stand on point. If you're straight boiling potatoes, you're sick. Like that's unedible.
ever tasted. The fact that I can't put salt on these hurts me.
No salt. That means he's going no seasoning, just straight potatoes, and he's went straight to boiling. I couldn't, man. I don't know. Like I've seen these one of his videos. How does he do some of these challenges? Like I understand like the ramen video he did a while back when he just ate ramen for a couple weeks. I'm pretty sure that is bad for you. Like he probably felt like shit and stuff like that. But I would rather that than straight boiled potatoes for a week. I'd rather not eat if I'm being truthfully honest. Like I said in the point where if you're eating something and it just tastes like bad, I'd rather not eat. Like I've actually done it before where like there's nothing I really want in the house and stuff like that. I'll just not eat and wait for dinner and shit like that. Because if you're not gonna enjoy it, I'm rather just not eating.
This is my life now. The rules of this reset are pretty simple. I am allowed to eat as many potatoes as I want, but I am not allowed to put
Different types of potato?
any oil or salt on them.
Fuck.
I am also only allowed to drink water. Part of the reason for these rules is related
Yeah, that makes sense, I guess.
to what that tongue can do. Taste. The taste receptors on your tongue are much like your local iPad kid. 1 second they're exposed to a burger, then they're tasting a Coke Zero, then they've pissed themselves in aisle 4 of Safeway. But during the potato diet, your tongue becomes much like a dead horse. It's not exposed to anything but things that grow in the ground. That way, when I eat other foods again, it's much like this.
I've actually done this before. I am right now since I only can eat bread because my stomach is just fucked. But like, whenever like after, it was probably after 4 days and stuff like that, I decided to have like salami or tuna. Shit tasted like the most decadent restaurant quality food I've ever had. It's because I only ate plain fuck ass bread. That's it. And that's what your taste buds do. If you eat like one thing just a lot and it's usually pretty bland, your taste buds just adjust to it. So when you go back to normal food, it is like cuisine. Isn't that actually why airplane foods usually taste better or worse? I'm not too sure what it is, but if you go high up altitude, it either tastes worse or better. Like it's something to do with the altitude. I don't know which one it is. Either it tastes 10 times better because like the altitude of your taste buds, or more damp because the altitude. I'm not too sure which one. Let me quickly Google it. Okay, actually, food tastes worse because the cabin pressure and just like the actual pressure in the plane dulls your taste buds. I thought it was the other way around, to be truthfully honest. I thought like airplane food tastes better, but it does something basically the atmosphere makes your taste buds act weird. So it makes food taste worse. So honestly, if you're planning to eat food, I would rather eat before if it's like a long flight or after then. But like most flights, realistically, only like 2 hours. I would say unless you're going like across like countries or states, like going across basically the whole world, like 10 hours, I would have to eat it before and stuff like that. But I have a hot take. People that like there's restaurants obviously before you're on an airplane. People that have a full like burger meal and stuff like that. Are you sick? I feel like I would vomit on the plane. I'm eating like hours before so I can die just before I hop on the plane. Like eating chips and stuff like that is fine, but like full eating a full meal on the plane or just before, it just doesn't seem like a good time on your stomach.
This horse has risen from the dead and become a majestic centaur. That was possibly one of the worst convoluted analogies I've ever used in my life. Anyways, before day 2, I did some meal prep, which was really easy because guess what? It's all fucking potatoes. I ate those the next morning and
This looks horseshit. Oh, it's like microwave, so it's like almost more dry than it would usually do. That's how microwaves work. That skin doesn't even look remotely crispy. It looks like obviously it wasn't gonna be crispy, but it looks like dry shoe leather, if that makes sense.
immediately felt like shit. I'll let him explain. Okay, it's the morning of day 2. There are 3 things that I've noticed so far. 1, I am so tired. 2, I have completely lost my appetite. And 3, I have not pooped. There's a very good reason why those 3 things are happening, and I'm
It's probably because he's not eating enough potatoes. No, it's probably fiber. I don't know if potatoes have it, but I'm guessing they do. But also, like, to eat like your daily calorie worth, you'd have to eat like 20. Surely, like, even with bread, right? If you're gonna have just eat bread for the whole day to eat your daily calories, you probably have to eat like 20 slices of bread or 30. And sure, it's not a lot, but like you get flavor fatigue pretty fast.
Not gonna expand on the poop part because that would be fucking deranged. You see, potatoes are the highest rated food on the satiety index. That means that potatoes, as opposed to any other food, keep you fuller for longer, making you less hungry. I had to read like a whole 3 sentences to figure that out. I like fucking crazy. I ate about 7 potatoes on day 1, which translates to roughly 1,300 calories total. Just to put that into perspective, a guy my size and of my activity should be eating about 2,500 calories a day. So yeah, that's why I was tired.
7 potatoes, and for 7 straight potatoes, 1,300 calories is way more than I thought. To be fair, I thought it was gonna be like maybe 500-600. 1,300 for 7 potatoes. That's not too bad actually. But yeah, he's nowhere. He's gonna feel like shit for the rest of the week now.
And that's also why I was talking about my poop. Anyway, further into day 2, I made baked potatoes instead of boiled potatoes. I mean, I just wanted some variety, but
No seasoning is not gonna be any good, man. You need salt or maybe some pepper and shit like that.
biting into them felt a lot like biting into a balloon because they were so rubbery and gross. But I made like 9 potatoes, so it was way too late to throw them out, so I just packed them up for
I don't think he cooked them properly. Oh, he's not that oil, isn't he? Oh, never mind. Yeah, he probably did the best he could.
day 3. The rest of day 2, I played some Minecraft and
Air fry does a good job. Like, if you air fry potatoes, even if you add no seasoning, they usually turn out better.
that was basically that. The third day was when I went a little insane. I ate the meal prep from the day before as I went along with my day, but the biggest issue I had when I got home wasn't that I was tired or anything, it was just that I was fucking bored. Typically, whenever I get bored of like the 50 other things I could do to fill my time, I go to the fridge to see if there's anything I can snack on. But nowadays, you know what I'm allowed to snack on? Take a wild guess. Without the
Potatoes.
luxury of boredom eating, I was getting more and more desperate to try new things. You know,
Borden eating is kind of weird though, but like I feel like he was hungry, and when you get like slightly hungry, you get bored. Like you only feel like eating food, so everything else just feels like nothing. That's why when a lot of people eat food, they watch YouTube with it, even though he could have watched YouTube without the food. It's probably just because he's hungry, because he's eating nothing basically.
well, at this point, why not? Just
Oh no, you sicko!
why not? That actually wasn't all too bad.
No way,
The
his
raw potato
taste buds.
tasted different, which meant that it tasted good, but it was kind of ambiguous whether that was good for me or not. So instead of that, I put some boiled potatoes in a Ziploc bag and threw them against the wall until they turned into mashed potatoes. Y'all know I keep that thing on me.
I mean, is raw potatoes good for you? It surely can't be bad for you. Like, sure, like boiling it maybe kills some bacteria, but like, surely eating raw potato isn't horrible for you. Plus, like, if he's saying like mashed potatoes, just boil them and just like get like maybe if you have one of those meat hammers, that makes sense. We usually make schnitzels out of, just bash the shit out of it, or just a potato masher.
Another thing I noticed was that my morale was very low. Like, I was getting sad more easily, I was getting worried about shit for no reason. Maybe you could account that to me being malnourished and eating potatoes for a week straight.
I would
don't know,
say
who's to
so.
Like, these potatoes have me, like, depressed while I'm driving home. It is a mental battle to not order a pizza every second of the day. I showed you like 10 seconds of me talking on that couch that day, but the truth is that I yapped for like 25 minutes straight and I
Shit.
circled back to talking about my poop cycle is kind of off. I'm pooping at times I don't usually poop. So yeah, rest of that day I just made
I mean, that makes sense. If you're like, but if you like drop your calories in half, it's probably maybe later on in the day you're gonna do it. Like, if it's you usually do it in the morning, if you cut your calories in half, it's probably gonna be at nighttime or maybe the next day afterwards. And like, this might be a kind of weird question, but how does some of you guys go once a week? Like, I know some people that will just say, I don't know if they're just talking shit, literally, or like they were just being like truthful. Some people say they go twice a week or once. How is that even humanly possible? I go once a day now because of my stomach issue. I've just been eating bread. But like, I used to go like 2 to 3 times a day. I couldn't imagine going once or twice a week. I just couldn't, man. Like, it should be humanly possible.
some meal prep and I got onto this morning was not as great. Like, as the day went on, I started to feel more and more normal. But in the morning, I was feeling a little nauseous.
I was about to say his coffee consumption must be nasty. He's just drinking water. Fuck, that's sad. He should allowed himself adding like salt or maybe having any drink he wants. But like, ooh, this is one question. If he was allowed drinks, couldn't he put milk in the potatoes? Technically, milk's a drink. I would say that's cheating anyway. But like, no drink is like insane except water.
I was eating the mashed potatoes in increments as to not throw up. And I'm finding as the days go on, I am eating less and less because my appetite is just disappearing. I mean, my appetite is fully here whenever I smell literally anything other than potatoes. Is this how white people feel? Is this how they live? The cravings on...
No, I've actually had it recently since I've only been eating plain white bread. Like I said before, my stomach. I've been doing it for like 2 weeks now, which has been a pain in the ass. Or not really 2 weeks straight. It's more like I have it for 3 days. I might try eating some tuna and have it now for 2 days. If you plan on just eating bread, the first maybe lunch, dinner, maybe in the morning is whatever. But later on to the second day, you're just not hungry, which is weird. But like, I feel like it shouldn't matter what you eat if you're hungry or not. And like, as soon as you smell someone else cooking anything else, like if he doesn't live by himself and someone cooks like a normal dinner, the hunger pains you'd get is insane.
Day 4 got pretty bad. Like, if you showed me a dirty plate with a conspicuous red sauce all over it, I would pay you to lick it. And that's not like a funny haha kind of thing. That's like I walked downstairs, I saw a dirty plate, and I started drooling. Like, I started drinking hot water so I could pretend that it was green tea, which is so sad and dramatic. But the cravings the next day got on to some more desperate extents.
I feel like around my experience, when I was around like day 7, I kind of just got used to it. Like it was no real flavor fatigue. I wasn't hungry or anyway, but like I have to eat because, well, I'm not gonna eat nothing all day, so it kind of wasn't too bad. Like past day 7 of doing it.
So I bet you're wondering, Ko, why the fuck do you look like that? Why does it look like you were just thrown around by a forklift? And my answer is no, I was not just waterboarded. This is just my bedhead. It is currently 5:30 p.m. and I just woke up. I got back home and then immediately just fucking passed out. So guess how many potatoes I've eaten today? Spoiler alert, none. I'm a lot less hungry than I thought I'd be, but I should probably eat something. So I'm gonna cook up some potatoes and get to munching. But it's just 2 days left. 2 days and then I'm free. The most interesting part of my day at this point was...
One thing is a weird question. Would he be able to eat normally after the week? But like, if you don't eat enough and then go back to eating normally, like, can't you make your stomach feel like shit because like your stomach acid isn't ready for it, if that makes sense? Like, definitely if you eat like under your recommended calories, like if you eat 1,000 under and go back to eating normal, I don't think you can. Like, I feel like you have to slowly build up to eating normal again.
When I was brushing my teeth in the morning and night. I was so bored of boiled and baked potatoes, so I just started fucking around. This is cold water and mashed potatoes that I put in a shaker.
Oh no.
This is a very curious beverage.
He should have allowed himself a different drink, man, like tea or something.
Day 6 came along, and the only thing that was keeping me going at this point was that I could eat normal food the next day. I don't know how else to describe it, but it was a lot like I was eating cleaning products or something. Like, the potatoes were starting to taste slimy, and they were starting to smell like chemicals. And at this point, I was literally filling up on water just so I could avoid having to eat another fucking potato.
These potatoes are starting to remind me of soap.
I was so excited for this to finally be over. So, for my final meal, I made the ultimate potato dish that I like to call... I don't know. I don't know.
I feel like he kind of made it worse for himself. Like, he didn't try, like, French fries in the air fryer or making, like, crisps out of potatoes. Like, I feel like if he just got 2 potatoes, chopped them up very thinly, or more, actually, more like 3 potatoes, chop them up like a hair follicle, like type of thin, and then chucked them in the air fryer on like 200 Celsius for like 20 minutes, he could actually make like chips. So you can't add salt and something like that, but like it 100% has to be more enjoyable than straight just potato, just boiled.
I don't know what the fuck that is. I took a professionally cut block of boiled potato, topped it with some mashed potatoes I made by beating it with my fists into submission. I added some baked potatoes that stuck to the tin foil because there was no oil. And finally, I garnished it with a fucking disgusting potato puree, which is literally just mashed potatoes and water. And that, my friends, is how you eliminate your misery and boredom with a plate of more misery. But now, how does
Did he? No way he's actually eating that.
this taste? We got a little bit of everything. I'm having some serious fucking texture issues, man. But this is the last of it. Oh my god, this tastes like shit. Now this is what I suffered 7 days for. It was sort of a surreal experience because I could choose any food in the world to eat first. But after a lot of decision making, I settled on more potatoes. Let me explain. Every time I ate a potato, I was so curious as to how it would taste if only I could have maybe a little bit of butter and a little bit of seasoning. So that is exactly what I made first.
Yeah, like if it was just this challenge, just potato, but he could have added butter, salt, and pepper and stuff like that, it would have been 20 times easier. He could have made French fries because of the oil. He could have made not really mashed potato. Actually, butter. He could have made mashed potato, but just straight boiled, nah. It's like undoable, I swear.
You know, I was planning on breaking this challenge at like 8 a.m. today. I did not sleep. I was so excited to just eat a normal potato. So what I have here is just a potato, but it's pan fried with a little bit of oil and a bunch of seasonings, and it smells just heavenly. Oh my god. My mind is actually blown. Like, I can still taste.
Yeah, it's a kind of surprising because like 7 days doesn't seem a lot of the time, but like for your taste buds, it's kind of insane. This probably tastes like one of the best foods he's ever had. If he did it for 2 weeks, which I don't think he would have, I wouldn't even done it for 2 weeks. I feel like that would have tasted like Michelin star.
Taste it as if it was still in my mouth. You have no idea how much of a difference this makes. It's like night and day. It's like this is an entirely different food. I am just at a loss for fucking words. I mean, like, I'm actually speechless. Like, I don't know how else to describe this to you. It's just like every flavor has been dialed up to 11. There is so much dopamine going into my brain right now. Now I'm just thinking of like all the things that I've been missing out on eating and how I'm so excited to put them in my mouth again. Speaking of which, I had something else that I ordered which I had been craving all week to eat. The main event here, we got a pizza. Now what I got is the fiery buffalo chicken. I picked this pizza because it sounded like the one that had the most flavor. It sounded like the biggest flavor bomb. It also has chicken on it, and I have not had proper protein in 7 days. So this sort of like umami flavor, I assume
Yeah, it's kind of nuts. He must be like knackered, tired.
my body is going to be very happy about it. Oh my god. I don't know why I'm waiting so long. I feel like I have to like take a moment before I do this. I feel like I'm entering like a divine state of being. Okay. For the rest of my life, I don't think I could eat anything more satisfying. Dog, like... And oh god, it's spicy. Nothing comes close to this, man. All I need...
Oh, wait, one thing I have realized, I know I'm just like kind of interrupting a lot and shit like that. When I did have bread for like 4 days straight and I went to have like steak, like, no, it wasn't a proper steak, it was just like maybe a little bit of steak on the side. Like, garlic made my tongue almost burn, like it was spicy, if that makes sense, which is kind of insane. Like, I have insanely high spice tolerance. Like, I've been eating spicy food for like 6 years straight, and I had basically jalapenos every day of the week for like multiple months. When I had garlic after like the maybe week, maybe 5 days of just having plain bread, it was actually insanely spicy for no reason. Like, I don't know why it was like that, probably because my taste bud and shit like that. But that's insane how that is.
That was like a fucking Capri Sun, and like, I could be happy for a million years. Now, you might be wondering how long this feeling lasted, and the truth is, not very long. It lasted like half a day. These things like salt and super flavorful foods, if you do this, then you'll learn that you take them for granted very quickly. Now, is my gut health and immune system better, just like everyone said that it would?
It would be way worse. He's been having worse sleep, under eating by 1,000 calories, and not hitting many of the vitamins he needs. He probably feels like shit. Like, if I'm big for real.
Could be. I don't fucking know. I can't shove my hand down my throat to check out my gut microbiomes. If you can, that's kind of sick. But you know, it's hard to say whether I feel healthy.
You'd have to go to doctors and get a stool sample. I hate using it's better than using poo sample, okay? But like, would they even be able to tell with that? I don't think so either. It honestly made his immune system 10 times worse. So under eating, under sleeping, he looks tired. His 100% hasn't been hitting his vitamins because it's just been potatoes. Like, he 100% is worse than he started.
I feel the exact fucking same. Now that I think about it, I probably should have seen that one coming. Maybe I should have considered that before I started. Instead of doing this, I could have just done some research and nah. I really, really want you.
I feel like he should have done, I ate potato, not even, like, I ate potatoes, but like he was able to add seasonings and able to drink what he wants. Like, obviously he can't make mashed potatoes, but he was able to add seasonings to it, which would have actually probably made it edible and doable.
To listen to me here, okay? Really listen. All of my experiences here are anecdotal. That means that they just happened to me. So if you want to do this, do your own research, please. Talk to a doctor. Don't listen to me. I'm just telling you a story. Like I said before, I can't read or do long division or swim. Please subscribe to me. If you don't subscribe to me, then...
Video, man. I love this guy. If you do enjoy this video, leave a like and subscribe. Comment down below what videos you want me to react to next. And that's me, signing off.